am now.
Oh.
Happy unsuitable language number 42.
42?
42.
42.
What famous athlete number 42?
Jackie Robinson? Is that the one?
I think so.
Is there a different one?
I think so. I don't know.
I
I don't know the answer to my question. I just
Oh.
asked a question. A question asker.
Do I look strange without the beard? I know this is the second week.
Oh yeah, you do look different.
The children want me to grow the
Mine
beard
will
back.
be gone. Mine will be gone soon because I'm gonna be doing impersonating Trump. Abu, he died like a dog. The dog was like, Abu. I'll be doing Trump all the time now in my life. I walk around the house doing my Trump.
Oh.
Toilet paper. It's the best. Of all the toilet paper, this is the bigliest.
What does Melania think of that?
She says, Trump's got the diarrhea in the courtroom. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, like we were talking about before, I would like to get a rundown of, kind of what he's on. You know what I mean? And then because I don't know if it is accurate on on what he eats or if it's always McDonald's or whatever. But can you imagine the Filet-O-Fish Adderall farts that are, I mean, it's just got to be no good. No good for anybody.
Here's what we're talking about, folks. In the courtroom,
you got to air it out.
His lawyers are trying to keep a straight face and trying not to cry, but he is farting so bad. It's he's just farting the whole time. It's like a Mario fart.
And you might wonder how we know this. It's because the court reporter actually showed, the court artist actually showed the gas coming out of his ass. It was like a big puff of like.
It had him sleeping with a little gas
flames
coming out.
It was like every single picture. Like, what is that in the background? What is that? His hair? Is it gotten that? No, that's flames out of his ass. He had those.
It's like my joke I make about serial killers. You ever heard it?
No.
And like, we got to stop giving. If we'd stop giving them such cool nicknames, there'd be less serial killers. That's my point. You don't call him BTK, like you call him toe licker or something, like some fucking weird name. Like this one serial killer's like, Mom, I'm going to stop killing people. They give me a weird nickname. What? They're calling me dragon farts, Mom. The picture I sent was a dragon with fire behind it, and they're saying it's farts. They're calling me dragon farts, Mom.
I know there was a guy, I forgot, I think it was in the South somewhere, that he was called the booty tickler, and he would sneak in to people's house at night, and it didn't matter male or female. He would go in and just tickle their butts, and then he would until they woke up, and then he would run.
Here's the long and winded road.
You're right. Could you imagine getting off on that? But yeah, I'll just. And it's like, do you ignore that, or does he say "excuse me," or do you just say "Donald, Mr. President, Mr. President"? I mean, what do you? And you're like, the long one. That had a story. That had a life.
I object.
That fart had children. That fart had a mortgage and then lost all of his money right at the end. Yeah.
My hair was gray until I farted. Now it's orange again. So people say, why are you orange? I'm so orange. Here's a TikTok fart. TikTok. That's for TikTok people.
Should we send him? Now at Costco, they have these big boxes of men's, undergarments. Should we send him a box from the show?
Sure.
I mean, we can send it to, I guess we'd have to send it to Mario Logo, but we could send it to the courthouse, right?
Sure. Margie Taylor
In
Green.
care of Donald J. Trump.
Donald, here's a movie fart.
That's a movie fart?
I just got farts up on my page. There's all kinds of names for them. You want to hear the loud shit post fart? This is our impressions of Donald Trump. A boo.
No, but Your Honor, he's got the sweaty. He's sweaty farts too.
Your Honor.
I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Don't you think, as an attorney, that you would, like, after the first day of that, just that, on top of you got to put up with him, you got to be there for the court case. Maybe you're going to get paid. You don't know, because he's probably going to screw you out of it somehow.
You're not going to get paid.
You did a bad job, but then you got to sit there in that. Don't you just say, you know what, you got to start paying me in cash right now, or, you know, I need something else. Just hanging those pine trees off around your neck.
Mr. President.
Right. Dear God, Mr. President.
Tremendous. I have a Chewbacca fart.
Although, what if that is a strategy? Remember when you do Southern Lawyer? What if you were Southern Lawyer for Trump and you're like, Judge, we cannot continue, Judge. The flatulence. There's a medical issue with the flatulence in this courtroom, Judge. We need a continuance.
We request a recess.
Dear God, Judge.
Dear God, Judge, how long will I continue to have to suffer in these cold, frigid, farty conditions?
Could we at least have a gas mask, Judge?
I do think he shit on himself, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. President, please stop.
Then I go.
Oh shit, fart on my roommate's door. Ha.
I'm just thinking maybe it's a strategy.
On the left side of the door frame, barely visible.
He can't talk.
He's trying to get a short fart.
Are they going to put his ass in contempt?
Your Honor.
Right.
But, Your Honor, I can't help it. You make me sit here in a long time. Usually I put all the black people behind me at all my stops. Just to show I have black people supporting me. And that's when I fart. Look at my black. He loves me. That's what he says. Look at my black people. Like he owns them. It's a fucking crazy man. Okay, folks. The point of this.
He's got to stop this week, probably, right? This weekend, he's probably someplace.
He was supposed to be last night in North Carolina, but he didn't go because of storms.
Oh.
It would have been a windy fart. Okay.
And you know what's hilarious? What's hilarious is that, people were bringing up and were like, well, why are these Democrats bringing all this stuff up that happened such a long time ago? Why? Because you dipshits. It's the reason why he ran for president, is so that they wouldn't charge him for none of this shit while he was president. And that was part of the reason why they had.
I do think they waited too long.
Oh, yeah.
To investigate him. I don't know what the fuck. What's his name?
Take a long time in general.
Sure, but then they didn't even start an investigation until like 2 years into Biden's presidency.
Yeah, remember when we were talking about Merrick Garland? It's like, what the fuck's he doing? When's he going to get up? That should have been day one.
But January 6th panel is investigating, and I don't want to interfere with the January 6th panel. That doesn't mean anything because nothing coming from it.
Yeah, and nothing did come of it. They still have yet to investigate the congressmen who were involved in the tours the day before.
Yeah, but I think part of that is this. I think Josh Smith probably will charge some of those guys eventually, but they don't want to get that conflated with what's going on with Trump because they wanted to get Trump first. Because I think it all ties together.
So
I think he had to limit it to just Trump for now.
yeah, and there wouldn't be a statute of limitations on that, would there?
I'm sure there is. Yeah, I don't know anything about what it would be, but I'm sure there is. Like,
And we still haven't seen all the footage, right? The only person who's seen all the footage is technically Tucker Carlson, right?
yeah, I think Tucker is our
Fuck.
go-to guy.
How is that? How does that make sense?
Well, other people had to have seen it because someone made it.
Well,
right?
right. Other people have seen it, but I mean, in the regular people in the world, the only people who've seen it is that dipshit.
Boo! I want to say this about Tucker. Tucker, I'm going to let you see the here. I'm going to hand it over to you right now. All the video of the thing. Here you go. Now, that's my notary stamp. It's notarized. What's a bean fart? Oh, God.
Wow. Marv, you got to get checked out. I can smell that one.
I'm going to have to go somewhere, see somebody. All right, we wrote notes. They were crying. He's farting so bad in this courtroom. That's what's fucking great. His own lawyers are like, whoa. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
you got to be questioning. I mean, you're already an attorney. I'm sure you do all right. I mean, you got to be questioning whether it's worth it at this point.
There's crimes being committed, but they're not what there's definitely some crimes being committed in this courtroom.
Right. Like the next time he goes to order his lunch, he's like, how about we just have some water and just clean you out a little bit and just
green tea, please.
Do something else. Yeah, do something else this time.
We were going to talk about how Trump, he's known as a comedian now. He's like, he's going to do stand-up when he's done. But they're saying his comedy it appeals to the in crowd. Whoever agrees with whoever he's insulting, they love his comedy.
You talking about Donald Trump?
You're either in on his comedy or you're out. There's no in between.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he appeals to like 35, 40% of the people, no matter what. They say he's so funny. But his comedy is, he just insults other people and very degrading. And, a lot of people say he's funny, though, still, and they love him. And so it's like you were talking, it's like that uncle that you had at dinner with you sometime. Nobody really agreed with him, but people put up with him.
Yeah, he's an asshole. That's just basically what it is.
But everybody knows.
The only other people who think he's funny are the other assholes.
Agreed. He's an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much. And that guy's one too, so he would know.
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, he's also an asshole. So, I mean...
Am I the asshole for abusing my 5-year-old son?
Is that my fault?
I see.
What? I put an asshole. I got 6 things.
I mean, look, there are certain times, at the beginning it was okay. What he's saying is, whatever. But whenever you realize that whenever he's saying things like, I just want to be a dictator for a day, he means that shit.
Yeah. But then he says, I'm joking.
Right. But that's where they want to play games and differentiate and stuff like that.
Right. Exactly. He goes, oh, it's just a joke. What's wrong with you guys? Can't take a joke.
Right. And until
you're trying to cancel me because you're the cancel culture. I'm just joking. Everybody could take a joke. Come on.
Yeah. And then he plays this game of, What do you mean, me? You mean I ginned up this whole group and kept saying it was going to be fixed this whole time? You're saying that was me? Well, I was just speaking my mind. You mean? And you're saying I amped all these people up, and I had these, other things going on that was perpetuating this whole mob atmosphere. When I told a group of white supremacists to stand back and stand down, you mean you're talking about me? These are jokes.
Who I don't even know who they're talking. I don't know how I could give a signal.
And so you're right. Whenever he says
know how to signal them,
it's his in crowd that gets his jokes, and it's his in crowd that know when he's giving them direct directions.
He's flashing the 3%ers as he's giving his speech.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here watching what I watch.
I mean, he's a pretty easy populist. He's for whoever likes him. And if he can be on a position where he can get more people to like him, like manipulating his abortion platform in order to get more people on his side, then he's going to do it.
If his policy was, if he knew he could get more votes, he would say whatever. Like, I'm totally for it, but because Republicans are against it, he had to take that side. But he jumps around from totally against it, no exceptions, to 15 weeks, to as long as it's not Roe versus Wade, because I killed Roe versus Wade, blah, 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 blah. He's bragging about it. But then when it comes down, when people start saying, look at all the trouble you caused, it's not my fault. I didn't want it. It's what other people wanted. I didn't, Supreme Court did it. I didn't do it.
Think about it. This is the guy during COVID in 2020, 2019. This is the guy that instead of for the COVID checks getting direct deposit into your bank account, which they could have done, said, no, I want to spend more money to send out real checks so that people can see my name on the check.
Yep.
He spent extra money to do that.
Yep.
That's the level that we're talking about, of not just of just narcissism and manipulation.
It's all about him. Everything's about him.
But he's not. The bad part is he doesn't try to hide it. That's the dumb part of him. He doesn't try to hide it at all.
Because that works for him. I'm just joking. I can say whatever I want because that's just a joke.
Right, and that's what I mean by when he says I can shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue. That's what he thinks he can get away with. That's his standard.
He tested people with that,
and everything under that is
out all these little comments that are just tests of what he can get away with. And then he said, "Oh, you know what? A lot of people
whether it's I can cheat on my wife and have this affair with this porn star, and then use hush money to cover it up because I didn't kill anybody. But if I could kill anybody, if I did kill somebody, everybody would be with me anyway.
Kill someone. Everyone's already agreed to that. So I'm just gonna go fuck porn stars.
Yeah. But you know what? The same people that are with him would be okay with doing the same thing.
Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
It's all right. Yeah, maybe Elon. I mean, what's next on our list?
Are we leaving Trump's an asshole?
I mean,
he's your uncle asshole. He's your asshole, the uncle. The asshole.
And that's the argument I kept getting from people by why they liked him, why they were voting for him. That asshole uncle.
He says he's not afraid to say
asshole uncle, but whenever you're in desperate situation, he's going to give you that loan at 20%.
Yeah. He says what's on his mind. I love people who say that.
Right.
So what? Does that make him right?
It might not be because they talk about how he talks. Oh, you don't like how he talks. Well, it might not be packaged the right way, but his heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
Really? Dictator?
Dictator. That's what he is. Mike Johnson. He passed He passed aid for Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan.
Yeah, I think that what we were talking about before, I think Biden's speech at the State of the Union, when he kept nodding a few times, I think he came around a little bit.
This is a guy who used to be totally for a lot of the stuff he's fighting against now. He was actually for a lot of the things, and now he's letting legislation pass. I don't think he voted for it, but I think he knew the vote was Republicans wanted to pass this shit. There was like 300 votes for it. This stuff. It was mostly Democrat. The majority Democrats voted for it, but Johnson still let it go to the floor, and that's probably MTG is like, I'm gonna call what do you call it? Vacate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna vacate, and now she's got 3 other dudes with her, so that guarantees he can't win if Democrats don't support him.
So which one did they pass? Did they pass the one where it's supposed to be broken up like loans?
Yes.
They passed that one.
No, they passed it. They divided it up, and I don't know exactly what. Let's look at it real quick. We'll throw it up on the screen. How's that? Present. How can I do it? Forgot how to do it. Present. Share screen. Okay. Entire screen. Boom. Sound. Share. Okay, here we go. Now let me find it.
There's that other piece of shit, Jesse Waters. We didn't talk about them.
Okay, here's the story. Let's make it full screen. Is that full screen on yours now?
No, but I can see it.
It's not full screen?
No.
You
know, that would be funny, though. You know how people get bent out of shape about that him, her, they, them stuff?
Yeah.
You should just call whoever gets bent out of shape about it him, her, they, them.
Hey, it's full screen now, right?
No. Well, it's full screen in the little screen that you're on, but I can see it. I can't read it, but
it's not dominating the whole page.
No, it's okay.
Well, I need to make it bigger. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, you need to warm it up a little bit. There you go.
All right. Now we can see it.
Yeah.
$95 package provide aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan after months of standstill and tensions with the conference. 4 separate bills. They voted 4 separate bills to provide aid to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, including a new measure to force the sale of TikTok after a previously passed measure stalled in the Senate. Notably, the measures did not include any border security provisions as an issue previously championed by House Republicans as a necessity. The House rejected a revised version of its signature border bill on Saturday, separate from foreign aid bills, that would give U.S. border authorities tools to curb illegal immigration. So they passed a border bill. The foreign aid bills passed with the bipartisan majority, with most pushback coming from the hard right in the House. Here's what's in the bills. After months of efforts, a bill giving aid to Ukraine in its war against Russia was among the bills. The supplemental act gave them almost $61 billion in aid. The bill uses $23.2 billion for replenishing weapons, $11 billion goes to current military operations, and $13.8 goes to help Ukraine by buying advanced weapon systems. Israel's getting $26.3 billion, $13 billion to defense, $4 billion for the Iron Dome and David Sling defense systems, and $9 billion in humanitarian aid to Gaza. It gives $3 billion in security assistance. It also prohibits funds from going to the United Nations Relief and Workers Agency. Yeah, we don't want to help relief and work.
So I got a question. This might sound stupid.
What?
Who are they giving $9.2 billion to in Gaza? Who?
It's humanitarian aid. It can't go to the United Nations though, so I don't know.
Are they going to give it to Israel, the people that are shooting at them?
I don't know.
And it doesn't seem like is there like one responsible Muhammad that they can just like hand it over to? Or I don't understand.
I don't either. I don't know where it's going, but it's there to be gotten. A lot of things Congress passed doesn't get used right away because there's no one to implement it, I guess.
Okay.
It creates new bureaucracies.
Yeah, just another job.
Yeah. So I don't know. It can't. United Nations relief and work agencies aren't going to get the funds, so I don't know who's going to get it. Small part of the foreign aid goes to the defense in Indo-Pacific, $8 billion in aid and assistance to defend the region, $5 billion in deterrence, and $2 billion in military funds. Gives $542 million to help strengthen U.S. military capabilities. And they must sell TikTok if they've got sell the platform or face a ban in the U.S.
You know, I'm surprised there isn't a note in there about with TikTok, with it being able to affect elections.
And I think what also in the TikTok bill is Johnson and them are going to do a TikTok dance. No money for you, TikTok. No, TikTok. You can't be American.
Well, didn't they name? Look it up. Didn't they
do the
name
dance with me? No TikTok.
Front 4 response team or something like that? Didn't they name it Fart?
What?
It's like something response team, the floor action response team or something like that. The Republicans and
They really named it Fart. They got the whole theme for today's show. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I'm
almost certain it said floor action response team.
All right, let's look it up.
There he goes again. Oh, Donnie.
New bill.
That should be libel. That'd be like, libel. Or what was he? Slander or libel was what he's getting for.
All right, we'll see. It's the floor action response team. That's what their band called TikTok was called. It was the Freedom Caucus's floor action response team, shorthanded Fart. It's a real thing. Freedom Caucus is on alert for possible moves against it by GOP leaders. Shorthanded as Fart aims to guard against an unannounced request to pass resolutions that would limit the group's leverage.
Well, that's kind of like a fart. It's like an unannounced action.
It's unannounced request to pass resolutions that would stealthily limit their leverage against leadership, according to 2 Republicans of direct knowledge who were granted anonymity. They don't expect major developments, so yeah, they don't want surprising developments.
This is a fucking comedy.
They don't want things to just pop up.
Yeah, these people are just fucking with us. You remember when the fucking, what was that? Yeah, Heredity. What was the name of that show on HBO that everybody was jazzed about for like
Succession?
2 minutes? Succession. Remember when he said in Succession, none of you are serious people? None of them. None of them. They're all fucking idiots.
I remember it was a long speech. It went something like this.
Yeah.
Then another thing.
You're smothering a guinea pig in your ass.
And another thing.
Yeah. That was like,
oh my God, Donald Trump.
Boy, you know, the mics are getting better. We know that. Mics are getting better.
Yes. So Mike Johnson did something that, damn it, he passed aid to Ukraine. I really hated the fact that we were turning our back on a democratic country, fighting totalitarianism, and now we're going to help them. And if Trump wins, it's all over with because he's just going to go in there and say, "You got to give your land to Putin. I solved it."
Yeah, I think I'm telling you that State of the Union where Biden kept bringing up Reagan and he was like hearkening back to his, days when his daddy was talking about how great Republicans and how great Reagan is, and talking about Jesus and Reagan and everything like that. And he was like, "Yeah, Reagan would have done that." Reagan, he kind of like did that slight nod thing. You can tell there was something else there.
Yeah. I was watching a show last night where I wish I remember what it was. Was it home?
By the way, do you think McCarthy would have passed it too? Because he'd been passing it before, right?
Yeah. I think he would have passed it a long time ago.
And you were saying that McCarthy's getting a shit ton of money on the speech.
He's making six-figure speaker fees now. He goes around the country giving speeches, and he's making six figures each speech. So he's becoming even more rich than he was, but he's doing very well for himself, and he's on his revenge tour because he's out to get the people that voted him out.
I just gotta wonder who's paying for that. No, I mean, like who would pay to see that is what I'm asking.
Well, he's the number one fundraiser in the party's history. I mean, no one's ever raised more money.
I got it. That he's slick and everything like that. But none of Trump's people are got to be eager to. I guess maybe some of them don't have that much money, but like they can't, like his general base don't seem that eager to be.
You mean McCarthy's
McCarthy guy?
He had a lot of people behind him. Remember,
but I thought the MAGA Republicans, Trump Republicans, didn't like him.
Didn't he get like 213 votes or something? Even though he was ousted?
Yeah. I guess there are Republicans who liked him, but
I mean, I think there's only like 5 or 6 people that voted him out. I think. But they needed him all.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't put him in the same category as the Cheney or Kinzinger or one of those.
Oh, no, he's not that right wing. I mean, they were real Republicans. I think Kinzinger was probably a moderate, though. I'm not sure, but.
Well, because I think he still voted with Trump. Well, and so did Cheney.
Oh, yeah, they all voted for Trump.
No, I mean voted with him on certain things, or we're with him on certain. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they were definitely Republicans. All right, what else we got? 33 minutes. Good. Israel and Iran trading bombs, trading little insults. Iran shoots 300 drones and missiles at Israel. 1%
and then Israel shoots some more drones back over.
Israel shot I think 3 ballistic missiles into a town near a nuclear power plant, though.
Yeah.
Just to say, hey, if we wanted to.
Yeah.
If we wanted to.
We'd
get you. You couldn't get us.
Right.
But we can get you. So Iran is like, we will just, if you do anything at all, we will come back and destroy you 10 times what you did, 10 times. And then when they saw what they did, you're like, we're going to wait. We're going to wait.
And then Jordan's like, what the fuck?
This is my airspace. All the stuff's falling down on Jordan.
Right.
What do you mean
shit on us?
It was 99% got through to Jordan. Jordan's like, we're not gonna let you fuck with our airspace after they both fucked with their airspace.
Yeah, it's like, can't you guys just go around? Can't you just go around?
Go around. There's a detour. Remember when we were trying to bomb Syria and France wouldn't let us go around? They made us go around France. Remember that?
Yeah, it's like they put up a big sign, no fighting here, dickheads.
We accidentally bombed the French embassy in Syria.
Yeah, accidentally.
Oh, our pilots were so tired. Sorry about that, Syria, France. They were just so tired. That's what happens.
Let me ask you a question. Going back a little bit, are you surprised that there wasn't any money in there for South Korea in that package?
No, I don't think they're any direct threat. But we were already sending a lot of money there, anyways. I think we have a treaty with them to we don't have a treaty with Ukraine.
We don't?
I don't think so. I think we're required to, part of the end of the Korean War is we're supplementing South Korea, I think.
Oh, okay. So that's just part of the general budget.
Do you think a sugar diabetes fart is bad?
Diabetes.
Apparently, it's very quick and to the point.
Should I play a Mr. Crack fart?
Yeah. All right.
I heard you fart once.
Apparently, my ass speaks.
Club Penguin. Club Penguin fart.
All right, Marv, back to the list.
Dude, there's so many farts on here. Here's Tom farting.
I bet you could do this all day. What's Marv doing? Oh, he's down in the basement listening to his farts. He's just record. Could you imagine if that was someone's like life goal? We're like, so what I've been doing as a scientist, I've been recording all my flatulence and I play them back to find out if they have any personality, if there's any life in there. You know, who am I communicating with? Is there an alien in my butthole?
Turns out, generally, yeah, famous for saying, never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill, me boys. Trump said that last week. Me boys.
Me boys?
Me boys. And then he fought uphill, and they lost badly. He was upset that he's always saying, never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill, me boys.
Well, somebody needs to push the reset button on colloquialisms on Trump's neck.
That's Trump.
Me boys, me boys,
Trump
me boys.
Gettysburg, what a great war. Terrible and ugly. 51,000 dead.
Right.
3 days. Terrific job. I love it. I hate it.
Really special.
They were all special. North, south, whatever side you were on.
Wasn't he talking about a general or something like that? Didn't that for some of those generals?
General Lee lost his best man because he's fighting uphill.
Wait, what best man did he? Pickett lived, motherfucker. It's the everybody else that died. Pickett lived.
He always said,
his best man lived, you moron.
Never fight uphill, me boys. General Lee's most famous quote, me boys.
And then if you get over and you remember Uncle Jesse and General Lee, they were both there. Uncle Jesse always said, Bo and Luke, you do what you got to do.
Me boys.
Me boys.
He just fucking just starts talking. He acts like this is real shit. You know what I mean?
He was it's good to be here in Hazard County.
We gotta find a video of him saying that, don't we? Trump's me boys speech. Never fight uphill, me boys. Dr. Robert E. Lee say, never fight uphill, me boys. The noted right-wing historian Donald Trump, Robert E. Lee, a Southern Leprechaun general. He was a Southern Leprechaun general. Who said, never fight uphill, me boys? What famous general said that? It's a catchphrase now for Donald Trump.
Is that how Martin Sheen would have portrayed him? Oh, Lord, me boys. Never fought uphill.
Wow, what a big mistake. He knew it. He always said, never fight uphill, me boys.
I can't tell whether you're doing Martin Sheen or you just did, I forget his name now. It was the guy everybody does an impression of.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah. For a minute there, it sounded like you were doing Christopher Walken doing Donald Trump.
Actually, they're the
generally.
same guy. If you talk, you say, you want to do Donald Trump, you got to do Christopher Walken first.
Oh, okay. That's a stepping stone.
Huge. Tremendous. Me boys. You start off with me boys and everything.
Hey, me boys.
What a mistake. A lot of people say, don't fight uphill. General Lee said it himself, and then he did. He fought uphill. Tremendous mistake. I can't
But I
find
don't
a video.
understand who is his best man that he lost? Because he lost all his men. The one best man that was forced to do the charge lived. Pickett lived.
Yeah, but he lost. He didn't. His right-hand man was who, though?
Longstreet. I don't think Longstreet died at Gettysburg.
I don't know.
And Stonewall Jackson
I can't find a
died
video
way
of Trump
before
saying
that.
it.
What's that?
I can't find a video of Trump saying it, but there has to be one, right?
Yeah, and Stonewall Jackson died before Gettysburg.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he doesn't know who the fuck
His own
is
troops shot him. I can't find that video. Did he? There's no video of him saying it. I can't fucking believe that.
I'm just, he probably did. I don't know.
Oh my God. No videos of him saying, don't fight uphill, me boys.
It might be in the package with the Gettysburg stuff.
Trump on Gettysburg. Our fans are like, what are you doing, Marv? Trump completely incoherent. That's probably the speech.
Well, that's probably every speech, right?
He rewrote the Battle of Gettysburg. Featured a pirate. Donald Trump's Gettysburg. I can't find a video, though. All I got is pictures.
That's all right. Take our word for it. It happened.
I can't imagine it not be on video. Here it is. This is on Jimmy Kimmel, though. Has he played it?
Have to hand it to this guy. On the weekend before his unprecedented criminal trial begins, he somehow manages to overshadow it with this broken-brained interpretation of what happened at Gettysburg during the Civil War. Buckle up, everybody. This is an all-timer.
Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg, what an unbelievable. I mean, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and powerful and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country.
Can't hear it?
Gettysburg. Wow. I can hear it.
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, to look and to watch. And
no fucking clue.
Statement of Robert E. Lee, who's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that? No longer in favor. Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill. They were fighting uphill. He said, wow, that was a big mistake. He lost his great general. And they were fighting. Never fight uphill, me boys. But it was too late.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He just knows Gettysburg speech and Lee. That's all he knows.
Never fight uphill, me boys. Hey, he's a leprechaun general. The leprechaun never fight uphill, me boys.
But he's right.
And you get a pot of gold.
Advice.
And you get a pot of gold at the end if you win.
Right.
Crazy. What a fucking madman. People are voting for that guy, John. What the fuck is wrong with our country?
Because they also don't know shit about Gettysburg or anything else as far as history goes. They just
have you been to Gettysburg?
Make it up. No, I haven't.
You got to take your kids. It is so it's awe-inspiring. I mean, you climb up little round top and big round top. You climb up the hill. You see the kind of they fought their way up these hills, and like you're having trouble fucking walking up this.
Yeah.
the pathways and shit, and knowing people are shooting at you and shit. And then you see Pickett's Field where they charged across, and it was uphill, so it wasn't the smartest move by General Lee. I'll never forget going to Gettysburg. I think it'd be a good family trip for you. It's not far, so
Yeah, it's on our list.
get your Irish things out.
Get my what?
Get your Irish stuff out and get ready to go see the Leprechaun General Lee. And remember to talk a bit of the Irish. You got to say it. Never fight uphill, my boys. This is where General Lee stood up and said, "Never fight uphill, my boys. Charge uphill." Wait, what?
Me boys.
I love it. He's so fucking stupid.
Is that what he said to the January 6th writers whenever?
No.
Charge! Not uphill. Stairs. Charge upstairs.
You can fight on the stairs, me boys, but not up the hill.
Right. Stairs are easier.
420. What a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't have any. I didn't have any access to anything, so I did not celebrate. And I'll be honest, I didn't even know it was 420. So I'm like, oh, that was
I thought every day was 420 for you, Marv.
I wish. I like having hair, John.
You look like you.
I see why Trump had all those operations.
Yeah.
It's not even nice.
Are those plugs? Are those plugs on his head?
No, he did total skin grafts. He had whole layers of his scalp removed and placed in. They opened it up and laid it in 3 times, I think, at least.
Really?
Because what happens is you can tell when people do these procedures because your face, most people's faces have like 4 quadrants, right?
Yeah.
And you can take old pictures of him and you can see he had 4 quadrants. Now he's down to like 2.5 where the hair starts. Because what they do is they
pulled it down
and they lay patches on top. So they could cut like a patch here and a patch here, and they'll lay it across, and they'll leave a space in between. It's pretty wild. And you can see where he's had it done. He's definitely had it done.
That's some fucking science fiction shit. All in the name of vanity, huh?
Yeah, because most people are just like me. Oh, fuck.
It's crazy when you rip it off quick.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
Trump couldn't do that. He couldn't go bald. That's how vain he is.
I don't understand what the big deal is. I mean,
I don't care if a guy has a wig. Or something.
I've shaved my head on purpose several times. So
I don't care. And I understand a guy who doesn't want to go bald and wears a wig and stuff, but then to pretend like it didn't happen because the people look at his hair and they go, "We know what you did. We can look at it and see." Over the years, they'd look at pictures of him and go, "Yep, this is when now he has less face. So something happened." People don't get less face.
So like when he dies, doesn't your skin shrink? Isn't that gonna like fucking?
He's gonna be an ugly corpse. You're right.
Yeah. Well, I guess it won't matter at that point, obviously, but
we'll fix it up. I'll make him look okay.
That's still they're gonna. He's probably got a thing where they're gonna mummify him in his tomb or some shit.
They'll play an Irish ditty, something about me boys.
Right.
Have you seen that new commercial where the guy's walking around with 2 shorter guys and it turns out the whole commercial is about shaving his balls?
No.
He's at a wedding and 2 guys that look just like him are at his waist. And a woman looks over and she's like, because he's got so much hair on his balls. And then at the end of the commercial, he shaves his balls and the 2 guys standing there are 2 bald guys. It's pretty funny, I think.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Well, it's for manscaping.
Huh. I thought you were going to tell me it's about selling meatballs.
So 420, you played video games, I'm assuming?
I played Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah.
Classic 420 game, I'm sure. Cavs won.
They did. And the Guardians are doing well, too.
I'll tell you what. I thought the Cavs took a lot of bad shots, but it was a game. It looked like where whoever threw up the most shots was going to win. So that was the Cavs. They took a lot of off balance 3-pointers.
Yeah, I was kind of watching a little bit of it. It was on in the periphery, so I didn't really get to watch the game.
I mean, it's easy for me to say that, but I just know that as a former coach, even the pros, when they're shooting and they're not going straight up in balance, they tend not to make their shots and they were sliding right and sliding left on a lot of their threes. So I'm not saying they can't make it. I'm saying it's more likely you won't make it. I think your percentage drops 25 to 30% when you don't have your feet under you. You know, that's why when you see these guys moving around, a lot of the pros make wide open threes when their feet are underneath them and like that. They just bury them.
They're able to set up and shoot.
But if they're sliding and they grab it and just shoot it, your feet aren't under them yet. So I thought if they could have a little more control, they would be a better team. But who am I?
Is Donovan Mitchell staying?
I doubt it. What do you think?
I think he's leaving too.
Yeah.
I think he might be going to New York or something that.
He's pretty massive talent. Pretty amazing, really. He really drives to the hoop well and just puts up some wild shots. I don't expect him to keep his feet under him when he's shooting very often. He's just amazing. He's an amazing athlete. So. I mean,
I guess that's the trick, though. You got to get those guys who can make the shots when they're not set and they're not, Well,
I'd say that most of the shots he makes are from when he's set.
Yeah.
But he can still do the other. He's more likely to make the off-balance shit. RFK got his family kind of said, fuck you, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. We're not going to support you. We're supporting Biden. And RFK said, I love my family and I respect their choices, but they're wrong. They should pick me.
And what we think, or we were talking, you think they're going to he's going to get like 10%? You think it's going to be that high?
I think so, yeah. That's where he's at in polling right now. Perot got 20, and Perot didn't win any electoral votes.
Yeah.
Perot's the most successful third-party candidate in history, and he was fucking nuts.
Was that Perot the first time, right?
No, I think it was the second time, but I'm not sure.
Oh, the second time?
I don't think he did good on the second. I don't know. Let's see.
Because I thought
his second election, his second was when he was doing good, then he quit, and then he came back, and he said his wedding was attacked by terrorists and shit. Do you remember?
Yeah, but I couldn't. I thought he got the high amount in the first time he ran.
Probably was the first one. His best campaign.
He's dead, isn't he? He died a while ago, right?
I would imagine he was old then. So he died in 2019. Yeah, he was 89.
Yeah.
He ran for president 2 decades ago. National debt was $4 trillion and rising when he sounded the fiscal alarm. It's at, what is it now? 20 trillion? I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
92, he got 19% of the electorate.
I think we kind of think that I think kind of RFK will get mostly on the Democrat side.
And I think because he's such a conspiracy theorist, he'll get a lot of independents and Republicans, I think.
Oh, you do?
I do.
So you think the QAnon crowd will go with him rather than Trump?
Yeah. So 92 would have been his first run.
So it could be a wash. Crazy, super crazies from both sides will just like.
Well, there's going to be some people vote for him just because they don't want to vote for the old guys. But I'm like, Kennedy's not young.
And like we were talking about before, that possibly Arab Palestinian sympathizers.
Yeah. Remember the famous quote of Sirhan. I think if Bobby Kennedy were still alive today, he would support me in my parole request. Well, what a shame! You killed the only guy that could have really helped you.
Well, I guess you're fucked, buddy.
Yeah, isn't that odd?
Man, talk about regrets, right? Regrets. Shoot it.
He's 70. Robert Kennedy's 70. So he's the same age Trump was when he ran the first time.
Yeah. How old's Trump now? He's got to be, what, 78?
Yeah, 78. And Biden's 82 or 81?
81.
Trump is 78.
You know the presidency.
He's 77.
Trump's 77?
No, he's 78.
He's 78.
Website list
and
last
Biden's
year.
81.
I think Biden's 82. 81, you're right. November 20th, he'll be 82. So before he takes office, he'd be 82. Not
and if it
great.
if it ages you 20 years, by the time he gets out, it'll just be a skeleton with hair. That'll be shaking his fucking head. Because at some point you get so old, you start to look like Gene Hackman. He's 93, but he just looks like a walking corpse.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that they're both so old. I think someone younger should have stepped up, but no one's voting for the younger people. I mean, how can you blame these two old guys for running when everybody's voting for them? And then they're bitching, I don't want to vote for an old guy, and then they go and vote for the old guy.
I mean, I can kind of blame the old guard of the Democrat Party for not, kind of either making way. Now, I'll give Nancy Pelosi a little bit of leeway because she did kind of keep her thing, but move a little bit out of the way. But she was still 83 years old when she did.
Yeah, I mean,
what more do they need? They've had power. They've had influence. They have money.
Strom Thurmond was nothing more than a fucking puppet when he was in office at the end there.
Who's
he
that?
Was just a puppet for the right wing, Strom Thurmond. He wasn't even conscious hardly.
Well, right. A lot of them, yeah. The old, remember Feinstein near the end? Or was it Feinstein or Boxer?
Yeah.
Feinstein. I mean, she wasn't even being able to pay attention to committees and stuff.
No.
So, they do a terrible job of bringing in the new generation. A terrible job.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if Biden would have ran,
I blame them.
And says, "Look, I'm just going to run for 4 years, and then we'll turn it over. I'll fix the country. I'll have it on its way to being fixed, and we can move on." But he didn't do that. He part of that might be the fact that nobody wants to vote for Kamala Harris.
Well, and then besides that, instead of spending 4 years and really backing, let's say, Gavin Newsom or whoever he wanted to choose as his anointed person, even if it wasn't going to be Harris, they needed to start grooming a number of them.
Which is why I think Harris is out there. I mean, not Harris. Gavin Newsom was out there campaigning and debating people. Well, he's ready for the next one.
Yeah. I think that he's been doing that on his own. I think that he's been doing that irregardless of what the Democratic Party wants. I would have liked to have seen Sherrod Brown step up. Hell, I think the other person who really wants it is Joe Manchin. But
even today
he's getting old himself.
He had a famous quote today where he said, I can't by any stretch of my heart endorse Donald Trump as president." I'm like, why the fuck would we expect you to endorse Donald Trump, Joe Manchin? You're a fucking Democrat.
Well, because he's from a state that supports him.
It's a Trump state, right?
Yeah.
But he's not running for re-election, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's out, I think.
But how old is Joe Manchin? Joe Manchin's not very young either. He's in his 70s.
Mm-mm. So Ukraine money's approved, TikTok's banned, Israel aid passes, abortion is back at the Supreme Court's doorstep. Also, 2 things coming up this week: Trump's immunity thing at the Supreme Court. They're gonna be fucking us. They're the worst court. The things that they have done to this country, how they've damaged our country on the Supreme Court with their rulings, and they don't give a shit what Americans think or want or feel. They're just ruling on fucking what right-wing nutbags want. The people taking them on vacation. That's who's getting what they want. The fucking people who are taking them out on vacation.
Two different questions, kind of in the same vein. First, you saw the Mayorkas impeachment, right?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. But the other thing, since you were on the Supreme Court, they're able to impeach a member of the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah, but there's no way we have the votes for it.
No. But I mean, let's say in this next session, in this next election, the Democrats are actually able to get the majority in Congress. Do you think that would be up on the agenda, is impeaching Clarence Thomas?
I don't think they would, unless they thought they had a snowball's chance in hell in the Senate. But I think it would be appropriate. He definitely deserves to be impeached. And so does Alito. So does Alito.
Even if they go by, the whole January 6th thing and his wife and kind of rope him in there with that,
Oh, he's a horrible human being. He should never be on the Supreme. Never should have been placed on it. And Bush ran, and Biden was part of that. Biden helped him get on the court. Just fucking, it's inconceivable that people are getting away with the shit they're getting away with now in this country.
Well, you remember, it was like a foregone show conclusion whenever they'd get up there and talk about abortion, and we're like, no, I wouldn't do it.
It's settled law. We're never going to touch Roe Wade.
Right. And then they'd always everybody would push back at the Democrat lawmakers. No, they said under oath they weren't going to touch it. So I believe them when everybody knew it was bullshit.
That was Democrats that said that.
That's what I'm saying.
They said, oh, I have to vote for him because he said it's settled law.
Mm-hmm.
And the first chance they got, it's gone. Throws their country in
when
turmoil.
We all knew they
women
were
are dying. Women they're losing their ability to have other children. They're fucking being tortured in our country because of fucking Republicans and because they want to say a little ball of cells is a human being. And now it's your sperm. Some states, they're saying your sperm, your IVF. If they do anything with that, they're killing a baby. It's not a baby yet. Oh, yeah, it is.
They're going to zoom in on one little sperm.
I quit masturbating because I don't want to go to prison.
Eyeballs there.
I quit masturbating because I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to be killing any more babies. I've wiped out millions of civilizations already with my gym sock.
See, I went the other route. I
protesting.
I saved them all. I have them in ice cube trays in my freezer.
You have protests lined up in your freezer.
Yeah.
If you guys do what I say, or I'll kill them all.
You know how many times it takes just to fill up these ice cube trays?
I'll put them in an Arnold Palmer if you fuck with me. Well, that's a good way to end the show. Let's talk about what else. The draft this week.
Yes.
NFL draft.
All right.
Maybe the Browns could find another quarterback that's molested women in some way. Could they? Could they draft everybody out there? The quarterback room's full of molesters, so.
Well, they wanted
only two of the
people that can relate to one another.
Only 2 of the 3 quarterbacks in the quarterback room are molesters.
Well, I guess
allegedly.
DTR needs to learn something.
He goes, look, when women talk back to you, look, here's a song.
Jameis likes to eat those W's.
Here's a song we sing in the quarterback room. Ain't it a shame to beat your wife on Monday? Ain't it a shame? Ain't it a shame? Ain't it a shame to beat your wife on Monday when you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday too? That was a song in my elementary school book. When I was
Really?
in school. Yep. Ain't it a shame? It was called.
Huh.
Ain't it a shame to beat your wife on Monday? Like I found that right in a college class. I'm saying they said pick a song out of this book, and I said, well, here's an interesting one.
Right.
And she goes, you're always trying to be funny.
Wait,
I said, it's in the book.
it's my fault?
You picked the book, woman.
You said pick a song, asshole. I mean, don't give a monkey a loaded weapon.
My computer blacked out again. Did I lose you?
No.
I'm back.
Don't give a monkey a loaded weapon, you moron.
I wonder if I can find that song. Oh, my computer's not. Are you still? Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still here. Are you sure it's not a David Allan Coe song?
Shame song.
Joe Manchin is 76 years old, by the way.
76.
Yeah.
Fats Domino did an Ain't It a Shame song, but it's not the same one I found.
I think so.
Cheap Chit did Ain't That a Shame.
Man.
No,
and in case you wondered,
I'm not finding one in the elementary books.
David Allan Coe, 84 years old, still around.
Hey, we're going to rock concerts. Why won't we vote for president, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Nirvana did an Ain't It a Shame, and it's basically the same song, except instead of beating your wife, it's going fishing. I wonder.
Oh, really?
Ain't it a shame to go fishing? Ain't it a shame? Ain't it fishing on Sunday? Ain't it a shame to go fishing when you got Monday? It's the same fucking song that I found in the elementary school book, but it said beat your wife. I bet they saw that fucking song and just. What do you think of that?
I think you're right.
Oh my God.
Well, how old do you think maybe that he
that book I had was in the 50s.
Do you think that maybe where he grew up they had old books?
Here's the song. I fucking found it. The lyrics. Oh my God.
That's the song Donald Trump sings to himself to calm down.
Let me present this to the group.
It's just me here.
Oops, wrong one. See it yet?
Yeah.
Click here for full lyrics.
I mean, if you already knew the song, why did you need to?
Well, I just verification that it existed because now look, the meaning behind the song by Nirvana. I wonder if they found the other song. It'd be interesting if they did. And they're doing Have a Drink on Sunday. I wonder maybe they'll do Beat Your Wife on Sunday still. There it is. It's there. There it is.
Okay.
Ain't it a shame? Beat your wife on a Sunday. Ain't it a shame?
Oh, so that's the last section on the.
Well, they took that fucking song I found, and they made a big long song out of it.
Yeah. Well, it said Bob Seger recorded it too. So, did he do it before then?
Song delves into societal norms and challenges, urging its listeners to question the illogical constraints imposed on individuals. The first verse talks about guilt and repression. The second verse talks domestic violence. Here's the thing, though. They're acting like they just wrote this, and they weren't even born when I fucking made my joke in that class. Even alive. When I made my joke in that class about this, they weren't even fucking alive yet.
That's true.
Because it was 19. They might have been alive. It was
And
19.
they get writer's credit.
1981 when I saw this song. So I know that song hadn't been out then. It's crazy. Pete Seeger, track 12 on American Favorite Ballads, Songs, and Tunes. How old is Pete Seeger? Maybe he did it. But this is the only song in the book I found was the Beat Your Wife. The other stuff wasn't there. May 1919. I bet this was his song.
He looks pretty old.
Born
pretty young there.
I bet that was it. Pete Seeger wrote it. Before he joined the Who. No, different. That was Pete Townsend. All right. Fuck. That's pretty cool to find that, though. All right. We went way over for that. Sorry, Pete Seeger. I was singing your song in college and I got in trouble.
You ripped him off. You ripped him off.
It was an elementary school music book.
Apologize, Marv.
I'm sorry, Pete Seeger.
There you go. It's all better now.
Do you think it was the same, or maybe he got it from? I mean,
he got it from your book, Marv.
Old elementary school book.
He got it from your book, Marv.
Think they were putting Pete Seeger songs in?
I think he stole it off of an old blues guy who was blind, who was doing it on the side of the road, and he's like, "Man, that's a good song," and he stole it off of him.
Probably.
That's how all music is.
Yeah. Well, Right by Dolphin, that's exactly what it is. Some guy was singing about a dolphin that fucked him.
And he said, what's the purpose of this?
You heard the new version of that, I'm sure. Didn't we play it last week?
Your new rap?
My new Right by Dolphin, we played it, right?
Yeah, we played it.
Because a lot of people are saying, why don't you play that song every week? And I'm saying, a lot of people, not tremendous, huge, they're saying, what a hit. You should play that song everywhere you go. You should be Right by Dolphin many times. I'm going to change the name. Should have wore a wetsuit.
We don't want to wear out the we don't want to wear it out. I was going to try to do another porpoise pun, but it wasn't going to work.
All right, let's get out of here. Happy 420. I hope you had a good time.
Yep, happy 421.
The Browns aren't picking in the first round unless they make a trade. Chicago is going to get a lot of new players. They're rebuilding again. Is that the plan?
No. Well, they've been rebuilding, so
The thing is, they've had a lot of opportunities, and Detroit passed them up already. It's fucking crazy how fast Detroit got good.
Well, they tore everything down just a couple years ago while Detroit was building up. So it's kind of like, but we'll see.
But they got rid of their best receiver, right? And they got rid of their best quarterback, and they got rid of the running backs. What the fuck are they doing? That's what I'm asking.
The Bears?
Yeah.
What best receiver did they get rid of?
They get rid of that. I can't think of the guy's name. Let's see Bears moves. All right. Well, no one's watching. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
So they got rid of a running back that was going to be too expensive, and the Detroit picked him up.
Right.
I didn't think they were going to pay him anyway. So, and if you're talking about Allen, I mean, he didn't do much with the Rams, and he hasn't done anything with Pittsburgh. So, no, I actually like what they've been doing, except for that second round pick trade for the guy from Pittsburgh. Other than that, and they need to solve their center situation. So I look for them if receiver isn't there, I look for them to trade down. Or if a receiver, edge rusher that they like, or the other guy isn't there, they're going to trade down. They traded for that guy. So they traded.
Didn't they get
Keenan Allen?
Didn't they give up a guy that went to San Francisco, and that was Washington?
Are you talking about in a trade? That was Washington traded defensive lineman.
They fired their
Bears
offensive
got
coordinator.
Montez Sweat.
They hired Shane Waldron.
You can just ask me. I can tell you. I
don't know the names to ask you. So.
Oh, okay.
That's coaching moves. I want to see their player moves. They released safety Eddie Jackson, lineman Cody Whitehair.
Yeah. Cody Whitehair's pretty long in the tooth, and Eddie Jackson had been injured.
So they're freeing up cap space.
Yeah.
Is this shown on the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
They extended Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, he has a cornerback.
They traded Justin Fields to the Steelers, got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, they traded for Keenan Allen.
Yeah, well, that's what I just – okay, yes.
I wasn't listening. I was looking. I can't read it. I can't read and listen. That's a great move.
Yeah.
It'll be alongside DJ Moore.
I mean, if Caleb Williams –
They got rid of an Allen, though, right? A Byron Allen or something like that?
I think Byron Allen's a performer, isn't he?
Who did they get rid of? What receiver?
They traded Chase Claypool, but that was during the season because he was a bad locker room fit.
Gerald Everett's a good tight end. Brian Bates, offensive line, good.
So they've only got 4 picks in this draft, the 2 number ones, and I think a 3rd and a 4th.
Got to have a good center. They did that.
Well, we'll see. They've had center problems, so hopefully one of those guys, but I would still like to see them get another offensive lineman.
Long snapper.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
Dante Pettis. Offensive lineman Matt Pryor. They didn't pay him much. He can't be that good.
No, they're not. A lot of these guys are on prove-its, so.
Is that Mark Rippon's son? Brett Rippon?
I think it's his nephew. So yeah, if the edge rusher is there that they like, or the lineman there that they like, or the wide receiver, I mostly think if the wide receiver is there, they might take him. If not, they're going to trade down.
You think they're taking Caleb?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're taking Caleb. I think I already know his number.
What?
18. Because so Bears fans have been going on to make your own jersey on the website.
Uh-huh.
And they've been trying to put in jersey numbers to buy, and they wouldn't let you buy number 18. They let you buy everything else but number 18.
Ah.
So it might be a sneaky little clue that he's going to be 18.
But the jersey they hold up on draft day is going to say number 1.
Yeah, it'll say number 1. Yeah.
I predict.
You predict.
I predict the first round pick will have a jersey that says Chicago Bears number 1.
Caleb Williams.
Well,
if he's, I'd like for him to be good. That would be great.
All right, let's get out of here. Good show.
All right.
Oh, wrong song.
Is that your beaten wife song again, Marv?
It's not mine. It's Pete Seeger. Nirvana redid it. It was a cover. Wait, this is a cover of.
Now say thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Pretty.
Or John Facenda.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. See ya.
All right. Take care, Marv.